Hello Scorpio, welcome to your rest of 2024 reading. My name is Nigel and you have found Alchemy. Today we are going to be doing tarot, oracle, and of course our charms. Okay, let's get started right away. We have under career, let me move this, my trusty snake. Under career we have temptation, right? We have the apple, and that is temptation will test you. Now, let's see what's being tested here. We have, well, let me move this a little down. We have the Queen of Swords here in reverse, as you can tell. And so the Queen of Swords in reverse is Uranus and Libra, could be any air sign. But don't get bogged down with sexes or signs with this archetype. It is an energy, and it is an energy of someone who perhaps is holding a grudge, someone who can be cruel with their words. This could be a very temporary energy. This could be someone who lives and dies that way, lives and dies by the sword, the reverse sword anyway. So this could be you. You could be very tempted to act this way or think this way or feel this way temporarily during this time at some point. Or this very well could be in someone you're dealing with at work, someone who is like this, right? There is a temptation here on the table though. And you also have rose quartz, and that is self-love in this situation, and it can be a form of protection. If you look up rose quartz on the internet, it can be a very protective stone. It protects your image of yourself. It protects your soft inner core. So let's put all these puzzle pieces together. You also have here the Lovers. The Lovers is coming in kind of sideways, right? So you have a choice here, right? The choice, you could be dealing with someone, you could be definitely dealing with a Gemini for some of you, because like I said, this could be any air sign, right? But for others of you who aren't, the Lovers sideways can be a choice. The choice is yours on how you will react to this. Choose wisely. You could be tempted to go one way when you really should be going another. And I think you're smart enough to understand. You're a very smart sign, right? You're smart enough to understand exactly what I'm talking about here. You have the sugar skull, and that's very close to you. So the center point here, Scorpio, is where you reside. Anything that's super close to you is close to you either in proximity or time-wise. So like, let's say there was a charm over here. This would be something that is in your future, meaning it towards the end of this time. This, like I said, this could also represent something that is close in proximity to you. And in this situation, I think that we're talking about proximity, because we know that the veil is pretty thin this time of year, October, November, not so much in December, but by the time you listen to this, it'll probably be in November, and the veil will still be thin at that time. That you do have somebody here on the other side that is with you here, guiding you. All you have to really do here is open yourself up to hear these messages, Scorpio, for sure. Okay, this came out for a reason. This is probably, I'm going to say this is probably one of the, this is the closest thing to you. There is somebody on the other side that is always with you, that is very close to you. All you have to really do is acknowledge their presence, I think, here, Scorpio. But there is someone here you're dealing with at work, may rub you the wrong way. This is career and business, okay? So this is work. This Queen of Swords could be you finally getting fed up. You know, don't cross a Scorpio. Don't push them too far. They're the sweetest people in the world. But man, you push them a little bit too far, it's over. You know, it could be you, or it could be someone you're dealing with on the daily that's just a pain in the ass, honestly. There's no great warnings here, but there is that thing. Be careful of temptation on how to handle this person or how to handle this work situation. Now here in your bordering, just so you know, bordering between career and social life, the borders are here, these lines, and on the border between career and social life, meaning anything outside yourself, you have the sign of Aquarius. Remember when I said the Queen of Swords could be any air sign? How confusing is that? You have Gemini, you have Aquarius, and you also have Libra, because I mentioned Libra. So quite literally, it could be anything for anyone. But this is someone here who could be a friend from work who you socialize with, could be somebody from work somebody who's in the same field as you, someone who has Aquarius highly aspected in their chart. It could be that I don't see anything nefarious here, but I do see that there is something on the border here between work and social life. So there could be someone here in the same line of work as you that comes into play here. It looks like a positive influence, to be honest with you, because I think on the other side of this, it says friendly. Right? So it's not nefarious. I was correct in that situation. But as we see here in your social life / others, you do have the Empress here in reverse. That could be a Taurus or Libra, depending on what book you read. But with the Empress here in reverse, your social life could be before the end of the year or during this time, could be going through a small upheaval. There could be some sort of stagnation. There could be some sort of problem. There is a strength. You do have a strength coming in sideways here, and that is you choosing to be strong for this. I mean, yeah, it is you choosing to be strong. Now, it's very, very heavy, very laden, because this does cross over into your love life. And here we have a snake. I mean, we have a snake here, Scorpio, that is going from your social life to your love life. This could be, now for some of you, it could be a snake in your love life that is infecting your social group, or it could be the other way around. It could be that there could be someone in your social group that is infecting your love life. Let's look into this a little bit deeper. Yeah, you do have, you have the moon here, and the moon always denotes a sort of fog, something that you're not seeing. You're not seeing something. And right under it, it says never give up. There is something that you're really hanging on to here, Scorpio. This could be a friendship or a relationship, but there's something you're really hanging on to. You're almost adamant about it. And in between social life and love, you do have this butterfly, this you trying to change one thing into another. Maybe for some of you, you have a friend that you would like to change into a lover. But I think for many of you, it seems like this time between now and the end of the year is a very transitional time. There are things going on under the surface, just like with butterflies. There are always things going on in that cocoon that we can't see. There's something going on here as well. There's a lot going on. Look at all these, look at all this. It's, okay, I'm just going to keep going. You have believe, you have wish. So you may be in a relationship that you have waited for and wished for a very long time. That may be heading towards you. You do have the Ten of Pentacles here. So, this is something that you feel has long-term value, or you're hoping has very long-term value. You have love. Yeah. I mean, look, wish, love, believe. This is something you have high hopes for. I'm really wondering if there's two groups of Scorpions here, one with an extremely great relationship, that there's someone in their social circle trying to sort of infect. And then there's another group of Scorpions here who have a not so good relationship that they really have high hopes for. They just don't see it with that moon energy. They don't see what it actually is. You have Piscean energy here on the table, and it does say intuitive, right? The Pisces is also very, very lunar. Very lunar, very Neptunian, and the Neptunian energy is very foggy, right? It's sort of like a delusion for some of us. And it says made with love. This was right on top of it. Yeah, I mean, there is definitely a set of Scorpions here who are kidding themselves about who they're with. I'm not going to lie. And there's two messages here. And this comes with the Wheel of Fortune coming in sideways. And this is, could be Scorpio, could be any fixed sign, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo. It's coming in sideways. Your future is in your hands. You already know that. But there is a choice here on the table as to which direction to take. And it is very heavy, heavy energy in your love department. So you're going to have to figure out who this snake is here, Scorpio. That's your homework. Is it a friend that's weaseling their way into your love life, causing problems? Or is the snake your love interest that you just don't see is a snake? And maybe someone in your social life is trying to direct you to view it that way, to see it that way. Yeah, very interesting energy. For sure. So look at the advice. I mean, the advice is almost empty. So it's pretty fascinating. You have the moon. Oh my God. We just talked about the moon more than once, right? Very foggy. The advice here, this is Cancerian energy, for sure. This is Earth energy, by the way. But with the moon, with the Cancer energy, it's very, very foggy, right? Very foggy energy. You have the moon twice here on the table in between love and advice. So the advice here is to be careful the decisions you make, because you might want to wait until until 2025, honestly, to make any major decisions, because I would. If this were my reading, I would say, I feel a certain way, but I think I'm going to put it on the back burner until the new year, until my head clears up a little bit so I can make proper decisions. This may be about a man. It says dark man here, and it says dealings or relationships with a man with dark complexion or hair. So this person may have dark hair, dark eyes, dark complexion. They might be very white-skinned with dark hair. They may be dark-skinned. And I always say this may be someone with a dark soul, which kind of fits into what we were saying up here for it. Remember when I said there's two sets of Scorpios? You may be dealing with someone with a very dark soul. At the very least, you're dealing with someone darker than you on some level, even if their hair is just darker. You have Tiger, and it says doing something risky, taking a chance, right? Remember when I said I think you should wait till 2025 to make any decisions with this moon energy? I think it's kind of imperative. The only advice here on the table, which is odd, is for you to wait. Is for you to wait till the moon clears, until those clouds part, right? And the moonlight shows you exactly where you're supposed to go. Because right now it could be a little risky, could be a little, just could be a little funky. I think you should wait here, Scorpio. Now moving on to spirit and self, you have here, oh, just so you know, well, I did forget to talk about this. We talked about your love and relationships, and it does say boat. It says money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. Now, this is in your love sector. So, and when I see the boat, I always see the Six of Swords energy. This is you attempting to move past something. You are attempting to get in that boat and move past something. It's very fascinating because most of your energy is collected here in your love partnership sector. This could be a partnership at work too, for those of you who are in business with someone. But I think the bulk of you, this is about an actual love relationship. And this is about you trying to move on. You have this Ten of Pentacles energy that's either completely on the money or it's not, or you're deluding yourself. Remember I said there's two sets of Scorpios. You're wanting to get in that boat and move on to the next thing. That 10 is making you say, okay, I want to move on. You're getting antsy. You don't want to stay where you are. You want to move on to the next thing. I think the advice here is to wait until 2025 to do that. Even if you only wait till January to sit and give this more better thought. Don't take any chances right now. Now, back into spirit and self here. It does say recognition and reward for merit, and this is coming in reverse. So there may be, you may feel unappreciated by someone or something. When I say something, this could be a job. When I say someone, this could be a partner or a friend or a family member. But you're feeling unappreciated at some point, and it does say temperance here in reverse. This is the card of Sagittarius for sure, but it is in reverse. And temperance, right? You may struggle to restore balance or equilibrium to a situation where you feel you may be pulling more than your fair share. Like I said, this could be job related. This could be family related. This could be work related. It could be your relationship. But there's something here that's making you feel unappreciated. There's something here that's making you feel like you're doing more than the other person or the other thing. Maybe you're being tapped out. You have strong is beautiful here. And that's the second strength charm that has come out in sideways. So you have to make a choice on whether to be strong or not. What is strength? Strength could mean anything. I could tell you one thing. In this reading, at this moment in time, strength is not taking a risk. Strength is trying to sit back and exhale and wait until a better time to evaluate. That's definitely part of the strength I see here on the table. But you're trying to restore balance, trying to be strong. You may go back and forth until 2025, and that's okay. Don't make any big decisions right now, okay? See, we're with home and family even, right? It says muddled, unclear thinking. You're not seeing the forest for the trees. This could be a love partner that you consider family, or you're very close to you that you consider, something that could be family, somebody you have a future with, somebody. God, this is just, and like I said, it also could be an actual family member. It's going to be different for all of you, but you do have the Seven of Cups here coming in reverse. You're feeling like your choices are limited in this situation. You're feeling like your hands are tied in some situation, like you don't know what to do. You do have here the green aventurine crystal, and that is on the border between home and family and self. You are going to be presented with an opportunity before the year is out of some kind here. But I would wait before you actually make up your mind about this opportunity. Now here you have this airplane, right? And it's going from home and family to well-being. Now, definitely for some of you, okay, you are leaving an uncomfortable family situation for a short period of time, getting on that plane, going away, right? For your own well-being. You see how this is pointing straight towards well-being? For your own well-being, you're leaving an uncomfortable family situation, at least temporarily. For some of you, this may be a trip to family, which helps your well-being. It makes sense because of the holidays, right? You may be going towards something. You may be going, as a couple, you may be going towards something. I mean, there is a trip here involved in some way before the end of the year. So here, as we move on to well-being, you have the broken bridge. I mean, I'm telling you, there's something going on. It says unsuccessful outcome to a problem. But, you know, more than that, I think that you're starting to see a bridge is broken and it can't be repaired. It's slowly, you're starting to see something is not right. Family member, job, love interest. It's something along those lines. You know, each Scorpion's going to be different, but when I said that, something flashed in your head and you kind of know what I'm talking about here, Scorpio. You have the world, I mean, to drive this point home, right? You have the world in reverse, right? Not closing out a cycle, not attaining the end, right? Something is nearing an end, but has not or will not end in 2024. Right next to it, we have the card of the fairy tale. It says, once upon a time. This could be a fairy tale you were fed. This could be a fairy tale you told yourself about something. It could be, like I said, a relationship where you felt it was going to be someone you grew old with. This could be a job that you sort of kidded yourself about, like, oh, it's going to be this, and it was none of those things, right? But this very well could be a fairy tale someone else fed you. If it was someone else here, this is someone you were very generous with. You see that Capricorn was on the side of the generous. This is the Capricorn symbol. But more than that, it does say generous. This is someone you've been generous with. It says the tears of mine enemy, right? I mean, it is, God, how do I explain this? You may feel low-key angry at this person before the year is through. You have the world, right? The world coming out again in charm form, sideways. You have the world coming out again. When cards come in sideways in my readings anyway, that means that you're choosing something. This is in reverse. This is sideways. It makes it, you are choosing not to end something at this time. This is your choice. You may feel low-key angry at someone for something that they did or didn't do. You may be starting to look at this bridge like it's broken, like it can't be fixed. You may not feel that way right now, Scorpio, but by the time the end of December comes, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. You have right here close to you again. Remember when I said that sugar skull was a departed loved one? You have Saint Michael or the Archangel Michael very close to the center as well. This is help from the other side. Somebody is guiding you. All you have to do is listen. Scorpio is an extremely intuitive sign. You either know it or you don't, but it's there. Your Scorpion nature will always guide you correctly if you open your ears to it and you trust yourself. I have one Scorpio placement in my Mars and I'm extremely proud of that. I hang on to that for dear life, but I think you guys are great. Here in finances and wealth / money, you have, interestingly enough, you have the wealth card. This may be something you're thinking about. You're dreaming of being, if you're not dreaming of being actually wealthy, you're just dreaming of being stable. You're dreaming of being not, so you don't have to scavenge for things. You want to feel stable. You want to feel rock solid. You want to have something to pass on to your children in the future, or have something into your old age. You have Bull. It says to not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. You could be dealing here with a Taurus type figure when it comes to wealth, but we all know the bull is extremely prevalent in finance, right? We see the bull in downtown Manhattan, that statue of the bull in the finance district. It is very you have everything pointing to finance here, and then you have the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is in reverse. Now, when we look at the Seven of Wands is this is Mars in Leo, but more than that, I think it's a warning to be mindful of your spending, be mindful of your long-term goals while the holidays are going on. It's not a huge warning. It's not like a catastrophe. If you notice, it's empty in there. There's a lot of positive cards. Someone may have you tempted to overspend. All right. The light warning here is to stick to your guns and think of the long-term ramifications of everything. It looks like you're going to have a lot of long-term wealth in the future, but you're going to need to plant those seeds now and stick by your guns, even though the holidays are here. You also have the dragon, and see, it's strength and wisdom, right? You may be born in the year of the dragon, but, you know, more than that, you do have the strength. You had strength come out a few times in this reading to see this through. You have two cards here, and one's an earthquake and one is a tornado. Acts of nature. The earthquake is feeling a bit stressed, right? The earth under your feet giving way. You may feel that way at some point before the end of the year. You also have the tornado, upheaval. The tornado is chaos. Having to make a choice too. The tornadoes can definitely stand for making choices, and we've talked about that. There is a choice here on the table. There's no doubt, and you're being asked to wait until the smoke clears. Wait until you're a lot less foggy before you make that choice. But really keep your eyes and ears peeled, because there's something that you may not be seeing clearly. For one way or the other. Either it's a friend, a work situation that's snakish, or it's a love interest. Give me one for Scorpio, please. Give me one for Scorpio. I'll take this one. Look at that, Scorpio. What did I say about a snake? Do you see the snake? This is the Justice card, by the way, in this deck. Isn't that kind of cool? Do you see the... Remember when I said you were trying to find balance with that Temperance card in reverse? And what did I say about the snake? Now, the fox went in and took one of the snake's eggs, and the snake is coming for him. Now, in this particular depiction, the snake is Justice. I don't know if the snake is Justice in your reading, but there is a snake. There is a snake. Be very, very careful here. You're being warned, and I'm telling you, I'm going to pull one more card here. You're being warned, but it's a warning that you can handle, because I'll tell you, the message over and over again was to give this time. Keep your eyes peeled, watch everything that goes on, but don't make any decisions. And that's good advice, because that means you're not going to be making anything faster. You're just going to be observing. So by the time you make a decision about this situation, you're going to be sure. You're not going to be like, you're going to be sure. So that's good. Here you have Earth, right? The Earth moving from underneath you. This came in sideways, so you may feel very unstable before the end of the year. But I have to tell you, I think for 2025, I haven't done your year summary yet, but according to this reading, I think you're opening up into a whole wealth of stability here, Scorpio. It's just, you're going to be on uneasy ground from now until then. And your mission, your homework is to observe the people around you and find the snake. I wish you all the luck. Namaste. Hey Scorpio, I just started cleaning up your thing and I realized I forgot to do these cards. So excuse that I cleaned up your other cards, but I wanted to add this on. To be fair, we need 4 of these cards for Scorpio, please, to close out the year. 4 for Scorpio. Give me 4 for Scorpio. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for Scorpio. Interesting, Scorpio. You have receive. Be open to receive the messages we talked about. Remember when I said you have to rely on your intuition? And you do have these isolating thoughts that are going to be prominent before 2025. Try to think past them. Try to ignore them. And here's your ancestor guides. Remember when I said the sugar skull and the Archangel Michael? You have someone here. You should tap into this energy and ask for guidance. Whether you believe what I'm saying or not, it can't hurt. This is your ancestors. And here we go. Here's this external. Now, this doesn't have to be a three-party situation, but it seems like there are. Remember when I said there is someone either interfering in your relationship from outside the relationship, or there is a problem. There is someone, your relationship is the problem. So, right, there is an external force here, though. I don't know. It's just very strange. And because I had to add this on, I think I'm going to pull one more card for you. I know this is very strange for a reading, so I apologize if this is unorthodox. Give me one for Scorpio, please. One for Scorpio. Shadow. It says, my love for you remains, but there is so much confusion. Remember when I talked about that moon? Confusion. I pretend I do not care, but it's an illusion. I think that you have stuff going on here in the shadows. There is stuff you don't know about. There is stuff that you may be deluded about. There's stuff that you may just not see clearly. And I stand by what I said. You should wait till 2025 to make any decisions on this situation. However, keep your eyes peeled. Keep your eyes peeled. Ask for help. Ask your guides for help. All right, this is really goodbye this time, Scorpio. Namaste.